we thought that let's talk a little bit about future of work, okay? As someone that has like visibility into a lot of things that goes on in the world of AI and these technological evolution. What I was thinking is that how are we thinking about AI replacing jobs? Is that something that we have studies on? What are the, you know, what are the impacts of this technology right now in the future of work?
Yeah, for sure. First off, it's good to see you, Ramin. It's been a while. We first met in Central Park. I biked over. We were looking a little more disheveled than today, so I'm glad we both cleaned up. But AI, certainly, it's top of mind. There's no CXO or board conversation we have today that AI is not part of the agenda. There are many studies that have happened based on the persona of work, the different levels of optimization, et cetera. We certainly think for most of our clients, and we serve 95% of the Fortune 500, there's going to be a significant impact, anywhere from 20 to 40%, depending on the persona. But that also means it's going to open up all kinds of new opportunities that folks are not focused on today. Even for our business, while we may find that we will get to a point where we'll have a 10x auditor or a 10x analyst or a 10x tax professional, there's so many more things that need to get done that will unlock through AI. So I'm more optimistic than most in terms of the real opportunity ahead of AI, in terms of doing what we do today, faster, better, cheaper, but then opening up all kinds of other avenues.
Amazing. And then given the speed of AI advancement, what can businesses do to future-proof their operations? Because now we are having concerns, like people are losing jobs, or how are we thinking about these processes, and how are we making sure that the operations are getting done right from the enterprise perspective and from the people's perspective?
Yeah, I don't know if there's any such thing as future-proofing the business. I think we're in this stage where we're going to constantly change and be ready to embrace that change. I think what you guys do at Liquid is a case in point for many of us, right? Just in terms of constantly challenging orthodoxies, pushing the envelope on rewriting the rules and things of that nature. I think organizations that need to be resilient need to be similarly configured, to be constantly challenging orthodoxies, urban legends, to build structural agility so they can pivot more quickly as new shifts come, whether they are technological or regulatory or geopolitical. And being able to do that is the best way to be able to future-proof. And then constantly rethinking their products and services and business models. And we do a lot of that, and we don't take that responsibility lightly, because that's a great opportunity for our clients to also rethink their business constantly. And where we are partnering together on a number of those as well.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. So how are we, tell us a little bit about the partnership that we're trying to build.
Yeah, so like the governor said very eloquently, we are in the business also of applied AI, applied engineering, applied tech, applied AI. So our partnership is quite perfect in that regard, because we very much focus on domains, industries, functional domains, et cetera. And so if you have to talk about anti-money laundering in financial services, or investment advice for investment manager, which is your background as well, or disease pathology, we can bring some of that deep insight working with our clients and with Liquid AI to bring that to life, both in terms of POCs, but then scaling rapidly across the enterprise. And as you know, the enterprises in general are slower to move, and navigating them and being able to have them embrace this and be able to leverage and show results quickly is critical. And I think that's where we naturally come together quite effectively.
So that's one of the values that we unlock, is like one of the products that actually we put out is private machine learning. So can you give us some examples of how we can use that?
Yeah, most certainly, right? We serve in a large number of regulated industries. In fact, we are also partly regulated because of our audit and independence business. And a lot of our clients, just like us, are not going to, at any point, be willing to put our data out there. It's sensitive, it's our IP, it's critical to our mission and vision. So as a result, in a future world, we absolutely envision a hybrid world where there's going to be private LLMs and private LFMs, as well as in the public domain. And depending on the workload, the sensitivity of the data, the regulation, the geopolitical environment it's operating in, we're going to be able to have to navigate those seamlessly. And hence, the opportunity to create a single pane of glass, be able to create operational and trustworthy view into that world, and navigate that effectively is quite key.
Amazing. So tell us also a little bit about your view on the challenges of AI? Like right now, what kind of challenges are we seeing that the generative AI is using? Obviously, everybody wants to use this technology. Everybody is like, hungry to getting access to this general AI. From a technology's perspective, I can tell you that what we see is like people have to get technical. This technology is deeply technical, so you really have to understand it. But what are the challenges do we see from the adoption point of view? And what can we do to facilitate that?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, over the last couple of years at least, there's a general sense of realism around what AI can do and how to adopt and apply it. So if I was to maybe look at the three things that bubble to the top, the first one is really a focus on real ROI. As in, are we getting the value for the investment, and what is the line of sight to that value? And the fact that you have fundamentally rethought the model to get to a more efficient model and a step function change in the price performance curve makes a huge difference just in that conversation. The second big challenge that our clients continue to face, and us as well, is still trustworthiness. Trustworthiness, observability, the white box construct that we've talked about as well is quite critical, because for regulated and unregulated businesses, being able to understand and explain AI and the explainability is quite key. And part of that is also the financial governance around it and observability. And the third, which I think is really critical with all such change, is the people dimension of this. How do we drive and embrace change in a way that people are not threatened by AI, but can embrace it and do other things and be able to uplift their own focus, etc. So we're focused on all those three things, and just like other shifts that have come in the past, we expect this to also be embraced. It's just coming at us much faster. So some of the existing paradigms have to be challenged and rethought, and we're in the midst of that, all the time.
Amazing. So, do you think in the future we're going to have AI CEOs and CTOs?
Never say never, right? I think I'm quite easily replaceable, maybe already. But I think there certainly are, ways. Certainly already we have, it's not. Already people have, CTO co-pilots and CEO co-pilots and the likes, which certainly make them smarter in every conversation. We use it all the time. We have a big team here. A number of our AI leaders are in the room. A number of them are from Boston and from Massachusetts. In fact, our AI leader, Jim, is based here. So even the governor's comments about making this an AI hub is quite key. And we are very focused on creating the right personas and agents for all of those personas, right? A tax analyst, a CEO, a CTO. So, we won't be long, and maybe we should do that together.
Yep. Replacing ourselves.
That's right.
Okay, so, and then last question for you. Mm-hmm. As a business executive, what are your applications of Gen AI? Are you using AI every day?
Yeah, we're using AI every day. We have been for the last couple of years now. Now, obviously, that, more than anything else, to set the tone across the firm. So our leadership team, our CEO down, is a big embracer of AI. So, that also helps us better understand what's working and what's not working. We're using it in collaboration platforms. We're using it to prepare for meetings, for research reports, for insights in various conversations, etc. as well. But we're also pushing it down through the rank and file. Obviously, our developers are doing a number of autonomous coding platforms today, as well as our implementation work, our tax and audit professionals as well. So very much. And like you alluded to, you have to set the tone at the top. Otherwise, the change just becomes harder and, takes longer.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Ranjit.
Great.
Give it up for Ranjit Bhava.
Great to see you.
Thank you. Thank you.